so special because I have a really special guest with me, and she is special in many ways, but one of the ways that she's special is that she's going to be the youngest speaker on our show. So I'm just going to add her in our live chat. So let me see. So we have today Aashi Hanspal joining us. And Aashi, as I said, she's going to be the youngest speaker on our show. There she is.
Hi.
Hi Aashi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I'm loving the backdrop already. Like, oh my God, look at those trophies.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. Aashi, I'm just going to take a moment and give a quick introduction about you to our viewers today so that they know who you are. I'm sure a lot of you already know because we have been sharing about Aashi already. But just for those who are joining us now and who are regular audiences, Aashi is a 13-year-old go-karting racer who's also a national level racer, and she has won many accolades of being an outstanding woman in motorsports. And in 2019, right?
Yes.
And Ashi took up motorsports in 2018 only. So within a year, she raced ahead of many experienced names in the industry and created a niche for herself. She finished 5 podium positions in racing season of 2019. And Ashi debuted in style and now is rising in sensation. So I'm so happy to have you here today, Ashi.
Thank
It's such a pleasure to have you on School of Life. All right, so Ashi, I'm just going to tell you one thing before I jump into asking you question. Since we have started, sharing about this news joining us today, we have been getting responses like, from people, at least my age group, they're saying that they are feeling a major FOMO. So a lot of people are, feeling that she is just 13. She's winning awards. She has done so much. I remember as a 13-year-old, winning a debate competition was a big deal. So go-karting racing, it's just next level thing. And that's really interesting what you have done, Ashi. Why don't you just take a moment and share with the audience what inspired you to take motor car racing?
So my dad, he's a racer also. He goes for rallies. So once he took me to just go kart just to enjoy. So we went karting, and I really liked it.
Right.
But I didn't like it as my
Right.
to just go with it. So my dad started taking me more often, and then I started liking it so much that I just couldn't stay away from.
Okay, there's a connectivity issue at your end, Ashi. Are you back?
Yes.
Okay. So just means we can restart from the beginning. You were sharing your story of what inspired you from motor car racing.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Sorry about that. So my dad took me karting once, and I really liked it. So even he's a rally driver, and he also races. So he took me once for karting, and I really liked it. But not as a sport I would choose as my career. So I went forward karting every day, not every day, but very often in a week. So my dad saw potential in me and thought that I actually needed professional training, and that's what got me.
Wow. So it's in the DNA and the genes also, right?
I think.
That's great. Now tell me one thing, Ashi, that it is a sport which is very male oriented, right? Means it's just a stereotype that these racers are supposed to be men. So what challenges? I'm pretty sure you face some challenges. So do you want to share some challenges that you face in such a stereotypical industry?
So as you just said, everybody thinks racing is mainly only guys can race. It's very male dominated. There are hardly any girls racing out there. So even when I would go racing, I would go for practice with my mom, and everybody asked her that, how old is your son? How old is he driving? So, and then when I would come back in the pits and I would remove my helmet and they would be like, oh my god, that's actually a girl. And everybody would just be so shocked seeing a girl race. And I think I
Wow.
really, there are many, basically in sports, people think that only men can excel. But I think everybody should think that even women are as capable as men.
So true, so well said. And I'm just imagining this entire scene that you're saying. I was just, while you're talking about it, I was visualizing that just sounds like a movie that you remove your helmet and it's like, oh my God, it's a girl. And we're having such amazing comments coming from the audience, and someone is saying that they are your biggest fan, and F1 is calling for you. So that's really that's such a great thing to say, actually. And it is true that a lot of profession, not only just racing, of course, racing is also there, but a lot of profession are so stereotyped with gender that people just don't see that it's humans who are doing are into different professions. We just bias it as per the gender. Tell me, how does it? So you started in 1 year, you got the Outstanding Women in Motorsports award at such a young age. So how does it feel?
It feels very nice. I feel very pleasure to be getting that. But more than that, I'm happy because I got it in the beginning of my career. Like my career started with all the podiums, so it actually gives you a lot of boost that yes, you can do it. You're capable of doing it. I think that made me more
Right.
happy.
Right, right. That's great. And how do you manage, by the way? I'm sure you go to school also. So how do you manage school and training together? Means, how does it
So
work?
first, it was pretty tough for me because I didn't know how to handle school as well as karting and other activities. But then slowly, I started organizing everything. Like this much time I'll give for karting, this much time I'll give for studies, then tuitions and hobbies. So I had to cut down meeting friends that often or going out with them that often. But it's also the better good.
True, means you had to give up a lot at such a young age. I remember at 13, we just used to just spend time with friends, play outside, and just, or maybe on our computers and PC, and I can imagine what you had to let go of. And I know, Ashi, my husband actually follows a lot of Formula One. He's like a die-hard fan, and he just watch the sport religiously and follow it religiously. So I have seen what I have seen, a little bit glimpses of here and there. It is a sport that requires a lot of mental training. It's not just, about just racing or driving. It just requires a lot of mental training. So how do you mentally prepare yourself for a race?
So before the race, I just sit in a corner. I don't talk or interact with many people, not even family. I just go to my coach 15 minutes before. He tells me certain points I should be careful about here and there. I just go listen to music, calm myself, and then before the race, I think that you can do it, just go win it. And then I think that's how I do it.
Wow, that's nice. That's really nice. I can just can't even imagine what would be going in your mind just before that. It's just the thought of it is just so exciting. Do you feel, Ashi, that it's an underrated sport? Like go-karting is an underrated sport in India? Do you feel that?
Yes, I do feel that most of the people love karting, but just as a time to, they just come for karting once or twice and they don't come back. They just find a way, not even as a hobby, just to make them happy. But not like that for football or cricket. They would actually take it as their sport. So I think they should
Right.
also think racing and karting are different. Like karting is just for fun, but when you actually get to racing, you should take it seriously. And I think it's actually very underrated in India.
That's great. That's great. And I know that it is in your genes and you have taken it from your father and then you are improvising it further. But there must be some fears that you must be facing or something or the other must be in the back of your mind when you are, about to pick this up as a sport or even when you are about to go onto the track. So how do you overcome? How do you work? like your initial fear when you started out, and actually racing in competitions and in different, in as a professional. And also, before every race, what is there a fear that you feel, or what are the feelings?
So before a race, I have this chill running down my back because I always think that what if my
Hmm.
tongue spins out and I don't come first? Because of course everybody always wants to come first, but
Right.
actually I think I just show that I'm not scared. I'm all fine. I'm very confident. But inside, I'm actually pretty scared that oh, will I make it to the end? Or will I finish it or not? But I think you just have
Right.
to calm yourself and be like, you can do it. Like, you should have faith in yourself about everything. Because if you think you can do it, I think nothing can stop you from doing it.
Yes, that's so well said. That's actually, you put your mind to something and you can just achieve that, right? And yes, that fear and that feeling of feeling scared is sometimes good because that pushes you to do your best also, I
And
sometimes
I
feel.
think I always do better when I'm under stress. I mean, every time I see the other people racing, I'll be like, do I race that well? Can I race that well? I think whenever I'm under stress, or at least for me, whenever I'm under stress, I always do a better job. Because before a race, I'm so stressed that will I win or not?
So stress work for you as a, motivation or something that gives you the boost of confidence. You perform better under pressure, right?
Of course.
Wonderful. People are loving your response. High velocity team is saying great reply. So people are really, really admiring what you're saying. What are your plans for future, Ashi? How are you taking this up as a full-time career?
I may, like my plan for now, of course, is I want to just continue racing. I want to race in the Formula Series. Of course, everybody's dream is that, and so is mine. And I hope it comes true. But it's also breaking the stereotype of women can't race. I mean, I want everybody to know that women are as capable as men. If they want to race, they can race, and that's what I'm doing.
That's so great. And do you plan to get into the major open wheel racing, or is that in cards?
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe, maybe not. Okay. So you're still contemplating about your plans, or maybe not sharing.
No, nothing like that.
Okay, great, great. And I'm pretty sure your dream will come true to get into Formula One. And of course, you will be someone who will be, an inspiration figure for many women and many girls like you who will be, looking up to you to get into the sports and feel encouraged with
I
this.
hope I
So that
do.
is definitely going to happen. All right. If you have to give quick tips, I'm seeing a lot of people here are related to racing and they are very interested. So if you have to give quick tips on people who want to start out in this profession, what will be your tips to them?
Firstly, you should like karting. If you don't like karting, you will definitely not like racing because it's way
Right.
more concentration, focus. You have to give up stuff. You can't have everything. You can't go out with friends as well as race, as well as win. You can't do everything all together. You have to be very focused
Right.
and concentrated in what you're doing. You should have fun. Just not be so stressed that yes, you have to win, yes, I have to do this, should I take this turn, should I not take this turn? Just let it go with the flow and I think it'll just happen on its own. If you like it, then nothing can actually stop you from doing it.
That's wonderful. That's really, really nice. And there are special training schools and where you can go and train also if there
Yeah,
are special training schools.
yeah,
Okay.
so I'm from Rio Racing Academy. It's very nice. They're very supportive. They teach you. I think all academies like that throughout the world or India, especially if we're talking about that. They're very supportive because obviously they want their students to excel, and so is Rio Racing. They motivate you more than just telling you to win. They motivate you and improve your own timing.
That's great. So I think the future of go-kart racing or racing in general in India is going to be better than now it is. It's going to improve and there will be good things coming in this,
Yes.
right? What is the best place to be in India to if somebody wants to take up this profession?
I think wherever you are, the closest it is. Like if you have a track nearby, it's good for you. But there's no specific place where it is good for karting or good for racing. As you said, India doesn't motivate racing so much. It's underrated in India. So I think
Right.
it's like that. Anywhere is fine. Where it has where that state or country, city has a track.
Right, right. Great, great. So I'm going to just jump into a little rapid fire round with you. There are a few questions. I don't know if I told you, but I usually don't tell people. So I'm just throwing a few questions and you have to just quickly answer and pick between the options, or maybe I'll just ask you one
I think
liner. So are you
options
ready?
is better. I can quickly.
There will be a few one-liner answer or maybe a statement where you have to make or maybe pick a word or kind of a thing. But yeah, there will be option ones for sure.
Okay.
Trust me, the option ones are the most toughest ones. The other ones you could still get away with. All right, so here coming the first question to you of rapid fire. Formula One or rally racing?
Formula One.
Great. Now, second question is pick a better, or according to you, which one are you bigger fan of? So I'm going to give you two names of Formula One teams. So is it Ferrari or Mercedes?
Mercedes.
Okay. Max Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton?
Lewis Hamilton.
And your dream car?
Dream car. I don't have one as such.
There's no dream as such dream car.
So you mean in
Oh,
Formula
that,
One, which team I would be in, or just like a dream car?
whichever comes in your mind. If you ever thought of driving one car that you really would like to get your hands on, which one would that be?
I think any of the Ferrari cars because they look really nice.
Right. Yeah, they do actually. That's something which is definitely should be a dream car. How does race make you feel in three words?
Very, very happy. I mean, excited,
Very,
happy.
very, very happy. You did three times very unhappy. Got it. And how does which is your favorite online racing game? Like, if do you play video games?
No,
I am hoping
no,
no,
no, no,
no.
no video game.
Okay, so let's move that question out for you. Which one do you miss more in lockdown, schooling life or motor racing life?
Motor racing.
And what went through your mind when you won your first podium? Again, in three words. You can't do very, very happy this time.
Okay. I don't think I can do it in 3 words because it was a very long
Okay, just
experience. I couldn't believe myself. I was like, did I actually win it? Is there one more lap remaining to win? I was confused. But inside, when I actually saw the checkered flag, I was like, yes, I did it. I won. First podium. I'm so happy.
that's so sweet. That's really, really sweet. And yeah, means the first thing that we always remember is mom. So that's a sweet message too. We are getting few audience question also. So they are saying guide us on how to get started in the motorsport. So do you want to just maybe take a moment there and guide the
Yeah.
audience that how to get started?
So you can go to a track which is nearby, and you can ask them if they do proper training, if they have training programs, and if they don't, unfortunately, then you can just practice. You can there may be courses online. You can refer to that and actually put it into place in the race track or whichever track you're going to. I think that's how you get started. And if there's a training program, then I think it's all fine. You can do the basics and then the advanced levels.
Great, great. I hope they got their answer. And another question, this is from Bodhi, and he's asking, which kind of fitness workout are you following?
So I don't have a specific workout as such because I still need to get myself stronger because I just started it, so I need to get stronger and stronger. So I do alternate.
Right.
One day I'll do only upper body, focus on my arms and shoulders. The next day I'll do the core and legs. Like that alternate days, I focus on body parts, and that's how I think that's how you get stronger. Because if you stress body part too much, that's better, and then you give a 1 day rest so that it heals also and it doesn't pain the next day when you do it.
Okay, that's really, I think, helpful for Bodhi, and Vardhan says thank you to you. He found the advice that you gave was really helpful. Tell me one thing, what are the three things, or maybe the most important thing? Like, is the getting stronger is more important, or you need to be more agile? Like, which one is more important in racing?
I think you should be strong enough because if you're not strong, then you can't move a cart. So, because as soon as you get more advanced in the levels, there's four stroke, two stroke. It keeps getting. It depends on the cart. It becomes faster, so it becomes more tougher to move
Right.
with. So I think you have to be very
Right.
strong. Mostly your arms and your neck has to be very strong for this.
Right. Okay. I think that's a good piece of advice for all the audience who are thinking of getting into the sports. One more question. Do you plan to race internationally?
Yes, I do.
Ashwin is asking.
Internationally, of course, because I don't think racing is underrated there. I've heard that everybody internationally are very competitive. So I think to improve, you
Right.
have to race with someone better than you. So you have a goal that yes, I have to be as good as that person, or I have to focus on these points or these proper, like these places of your weaknesses.
Nice. Nice. What is the best piece of advice that you have received, Archie?
Um, Best piece of advice. I think everybody is very supportive. They keep telling me that you can do it. I think motivation from everyone makes me go ahead. Like my coach always says that don't ever think you're good enough because there's always someone better than you and you have to beat that person. So I think that's what strikes me every time I think I can't do it.
That's awesome. That's really well said that, or don't think that you're good enough, because the minute you start thinking that way, you stop your ability to expand more or grow further into your, possibilities. So very well said. And I'm sure you have a really amazing coach to give you that piece of
Yes,
advice. That's
I think
really
the best coach I
interesting.
can get.
Awesome. We are getting more question, which is like a similar. Who's your inspiration? Who is your role model or inspiration?
So I get these questions very often. So I think I don't have one particular inspiration. I think whoever has that potential in them to go race, and everybody has a strong point, everybody has a weak point. So I think I always focus on everybody's strong point and get inspired by that. Because everybody is doing a good job in their field. So I think there shouldn't be only one inspiration because everybody is doing something nice.
True. Just take the best out of everyone and learn from everybody. That's the best. Wow, you're already like doing everything great, and just with so much maturity, the way that you're talking, it's amazing at this age, and I'm pretty sure you have a great future ahead of you. And Ashi, we always close our session and our Insta Live with one statement. So we are in School of Life always say that everyone goes through their challenges and everyone goes through their journey. But then depending upon the speaker's story, we always ask the speaker that if you have to keep your story in mind and complete the statement saying success comes to those who, how would you complete that statement?
Have faith in yourself. Those who have faith in themselves.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Like success comes to those who have faith in themselves.
I think you can't achieve
That's true.
anything if you don't have faith in yourself. Because you're the person who
So
can
well.
boost yourself the most or the least.
So awesome. Really well said, Ashi. And you are truly an inspiration at such a young age, and there's going to be a great, great future. And I really hope that your dream does come true. You get into Formula One day, and that will be just so inspiring and such a proud moment for all of us today that we could share a moment with you. And even right now, also, we're just really, really happy to have you here on our show. So thank you so much for spending time with us and talking to our audiences today.
You're welcome. Thank you. I want to thank you too for having me here. It was a really nice time.
Great pleasure, Ashi, and wish you all the best and success for future. And thank you once again. Um, Yes, there are a lot of people are saying best of luck to you. Audiences are just giving your love. They are saying they are your fan now. All the best
Thank
for
you.
your future. So everyone is in love with your story. So yes, thanks once again. Thank you, our audience, for interacting and asking Ashi question and getting inspired. I'm pretty sure you'll take away something from our life to back with you. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to our channel Indian School of Image Management on YouTube. You can also click the bell icon and get notification for our latest videos.